Hi guys, how are you doing? It's been a while, right? So just a quick lesson that I wanted to share with you. Like, what has traveling taught me? Traveling has taught me a number of things. Traveling teaches me, continues to teach me that we as Black people, African people, females, so many people think we hold a monopoly on pain and injustice, but as I travel I learn to realize that so many people understand the language of pain and suffering. It might not be at the same level, but everybody understands that language, and everybody every day is trying to just get themselves up, just trying to keep their heads above water. Everybody is just trying to just breathe and live through to see another day. So when you are sitting at home and you're thinking, that things are just not working out for you, know that in every corner of the world there is someone going through some form of suffering, and they are also trying to keep their head above the water. And you don't have an excuse. You don't have an excuse. You're not the only one. Like, you feel you are not growing at your work. Guess what? There are people that feel they're not growing in flipping America. And guess what they do? Some of them go to Africa to grow. You're sitting at home, or whatever it is that may be going on in your life, and you feel there's so much injustice going on, and you feel you're uncomfortable in a particular place that you are at. Guess what? You're free to move. You're not a tree. You're free to move. Just like you go in South Africa, when you're walking around and you see there are so many people from different countries, you're free to go to their countries as well and see what there is for you. Because just because you're born in South Africa doesn't mean that everything is there for you. Some of the things may not be there for you in the country, your country of birth. The same as you see that other people come to your country, you can do exactly the same thing. Go to their countries where they have felt, that they've reached their limits in their own countries, and then they move elsewhere. It's a big world. Nobody owns it, really, to be honest. Nobody owns it. We are all just trying to make it work. We're all trying to survive. I know there are boundaries, the visas, the whole shebang. But in reality, when you go to any other place, what you find are human beings. Human beings that don't give a crap about the boundaries, human beings that are just trying to live their lives, human beings that are trying to add to humanity, human beings that are trying to live their best life. That's what you find when you travel. You start realizing that you hold no monopoly on pain. You start realizing that there are human beings everywhere that are just trying to do the exact same things that you're trying to do in your country. You realize that there are people that you have no idea where they came from or who they are, who are rooting for you, people that want you to do well. It's a shocker. I know. I've traveled, and everywhere I go, I always find people that are willing to help me, become a better version of myself. I always find people that are willing to help me achieve some of my goals that have nothing to do with them. So that's what traveling has taught me. It has taught me to be kind to strangers. It has taught me to be kind to human beings, to be kinder to the next person, because I don't know what they're going through. I cannot look at a person's skin color and make a decision that they're not going through crap. I cannot look, at a person's gender. I cannot look at a person's ethnicity and make assumptions. Traveling has taught me about all the prejudices that we hold as human beings, and it's so hard sometimes because some of the prejudices that we have, are justifiable. We really can justify them. But when you reach the ultimate, level of humanity, when you go into every situation as a human, you start to feel others' pains. You start to feel joy for people that you wouldn't normally feel joy for. You start understanding people and their circumstances. You are able to walk into other people's shoes. And that's what traveling has taught me, to get off my shoes, get into somebody's shoes, and walk, a mile in their shoes. Then I can feel what they feel every day. I can authentically say I understand where they are coming from, and I can have conversations with people, deep conversations, without judgment. I can have conversations and get my point across without getting angry or bitter. That's what traveling has taught me. It has taught me understanding, and understanding that everybody can almost justify everything that they are doing, and some of the things that I find stupid. And I have found that, when I explain, you also find people that realize how stupid they have been. And sometimes it's because nobody has ever taught them and shown them in a way that is kinder, in a way that is, you know, free of judgment, how stupid they have been. You can show people that they're stupid without being mean. It's possible. So that's what traveling has taught me. It has taught me art and tact. Very tactical in communicating with people, because what I've realized is that you cannot win people over with rage. You cannot win people over with being mad, but you can win people over when they are able to get more relaxed and have a conversation with you at a more human level, and have understanding of where you each come from, because we each come from different backgrounds, and some of the prejudices we have really are born from where we come from. And when we meet as humans now, minus where we come from, then we begin to understand each other's pain. We begin to understand what makes each of us unique, what makes each of us, valuable to the world that we live in. I am amazed each time, I've had conversations with people who have no idea who African people are, and they've had their own little understanding of who we are, and their own prejudices about Africans, about black women, about, just Africa in general. And when they have sat with me and had proper conversations with me, and so many myths have been dispelled. And that is what, traveling does for me. I know deep in my heart, and I've always known this, I guess, that I'm a learner. I'm a student of the world, and I'm also a teacher. That is my calling in life. I teach people about so many different aspects of life, and it's a life beyond things, man. I cannot explain to you what freedom comes with the ability to pack your life in a suitcase and go to a place that is unknown, with people that you have no idea what they think of you, and you meet them, and when you leave as a human being, and you've learned who they are as human beings, and they have greater understanding of who you are, where you come from. I cannot explain it to you. You'd have to do it for yourself, and just try and be at a place where you just want to understand where human beings come from. And when you have done that, there are some things that you won't even be able to get angry at, where you look at them and you're like, okay. Like, some of the things stop mattering when you have traveled. Like, some of the things really, you can deal with them as stupid as they are, and not put too much energy and focus in them, because they really don't change the course of your daily life. They don't add value to your life. They don't also minus anything out of your life. So that's what traveling has taught me. That's why it's important for me to go to different places, go to different cultures myself, and not sit and be told by people what I can and cannot achieve, because I've realized that ultimately I can live anywhere in the world and make a success of my life. Contrary to what the world or the media and everybody else shows us, we are capable of being human wherever we are in the world. And wherever we are in the world, there will always be people that are there and willing to help you become a better version of yourself. There are always people there waiting for you, to help you grow your career, to help you, transition into different spaces and levels of life. There are always people. Traveling has taught me about humanity, the kindness of other humans, regardless of where they come from, regardless of their background. Traveling has taught me that pain is something that we all as human beings feel, and we all can help each other out of. That's what traveling has taught me.